All right. Awesome. Well, so excited to have you guys on. I'm just hitting mute if you're not already muted, just to make sure we have the line clear. Okay, awesome. Tonight, we are going to be talking all about income producing activities, but I'm going to share my screen because I want to show you where to find what we're going to be using tonight. And that is not where I want to be. So give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. All right, awesome. Can you guys see this? Thumbs up. Carl, can you see? Okay. So first of all, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I put up a new calendar for November so you guys can see everything that's going on up there. Feel free to check that out. I also really quick put this up today for you guys in case you're interested and you want to use these graphics. And I even did a little video explaining how I use them, how I'm currently planning to use them, and how I've used them in the past. So feel free to check that out. But what I really want to show you guys is when you're on your computer and it's not available on the Facebook app anymore, unless you have some special version that I haven't seen and nobody's told me about, but I have not been able to find it anymore, which is our guides. You can only find it on your computer when you go to facebook.com. So when you go to guides and you go to the very first guide, we have this first video. Mario Dealer just redid the fast start bonuses with the VIP 400. So feel free to watch that. But it's this second one. It says breakdown of our promoter guide. And there's a video in there of me breaking it down. But this is where I really want to show you guys. You literally click this, start14day.com. And then the very first thing you should see on this Google Drive is the promoter playbook. Okay, that's where you find it. Make sure you're giving this to your newest promoters. A really fun idea that you could do if they live local to you is you could print it and you don't have to put it in anything fancy. It could be a 3-ring binder like Carl showed. I have mine. It's not in here. No, yeah, it is in here. Oh, perfect. So I have our calendar for every month in the front, but then after it is my promoter playbook. And it's just like, remember these old school things? We used to do projects and we'd put it in this. I have a bunch of these. And so I just stuck mine in this. So it's easy for me to take in and out, but you want to make sure you have one printed yourself. And then if you have any promoters that are new, either show them where to find this so that they can print it themselves, or if they live local, maybe you want to gift it and print it for them and hand it to them, but you don't have to. There's so much great stuff in this. And I know we've been talking a lot about it and we're putting some emphasis on it because we want to make sure you guys know what an amazing, valuable thing this is. But tonight we're going to be specifically talking about daily IPAs, weekly IPAs, and some quick check-in things that you want to make sure you're doing every single week. Now, IPA stands for income producing activities. And what I love is they really do the daily IPAs with that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And I just want to show you guys one other thing really quick. There we go. This is another, we have all different kinds of trackers. It's whatever works for you. There's, I don't know if you guys saw, but 80Ks and 200Ks just got in their cloud office a really cool tracker. And I think they're trying to see how we like it and get some feedback from us. But basically, actually, I'm going to show you guys because I think it's really cool. Kelly, Beth, have you guys been using it yet? I didn't see if Amber was on. Well, wait a minute. I just went to Zoom, not to my website. Sorry. So I did it yesterday, which I'm going to be totally honest, I don't usually work on Sundays. But I just thought it was so much fun. I was playing around with it. And so I did my 5 reach outs and 4 follow-ups and 3 social media posts and 2 new names and 1 potential. It was so fun. So like literally I can put in, you can see the people who I put in yesterday. You could put in people's names and you can go all the way through. Isn't that really cool? So it's going to be like a new little system for doing your income producing activities every single week. So, okay, let's go back to this. All right, awesome. So I'm just going to kind of share and walk through these different things and kind of share a little bit about things that I personally do, but feel free if you have anything extra that you want to add to this, that you share in the chat. If there's something that doesn't make sense, you need me to stop and go over, feel free to unmute yourself. And then at the end, we'll definitely open it up for anything that you guys want to share as well. But one of the things that I love that they have on here, and it's the very first thing, this was a collaboration with a lot of different leaders to make this, was self-development. And how and when you do your self-development is different for every single person. Some of you guys right now are in our limitless Limitless Magic for Leaders group. And if you're in there, then maybe you're doing the Monday training that's in there, and that's some of your self-development. And then you're doing the homework throughout the week. That's your self-development. That's awesome. For some of you guys, it might be podcasts or books. For some of you, it might be meditation. Whatever it is, spending that time never comes back voided. Okay. It always comes back in tenfold. I can tell the days that I don't do my work. And by the way, part of my work is reading my vision in the morning, reading my disempowering beliefs that I've turned into true beliefs and affirmation statements. It's writing down my gratitudes. It's reading my devotion. And for me, it's my breath work 6 times throughout the day. Now, I can tell you right now, I was a little agitated this afternoon because I turned off 2 of my breathing breaks and I didn't realize it. And after I realized that, I kind of snapped at this poor lady that I was on the phone with. I went in my car and I did my breath work, and all of a sudden I felt so much better. So self-development is so important. It's all about putting that oxygen mask on yourself first, right? Second one is products in your stories. You want everyone to know that your store is open. And you might say, well, I don't want to put my Thrive experience up every single day. And I completely understand that. I don't put a post about Thrive every single day. I've been doing this for 8 years. And when I put up a post every single day about Thrive or the business or the products, people start to ignore me. So I do it a couple times a week, but I also make sure that something goes in my stories every day. Because one of the things that I have seen time and time again is that if I go too long without putting in my stories, people start to think maybe I'm not doing this anymore, right? And so you want to make sure you're showing up and that your store is open every day. And Carl, I don't know if you used one of my stories or if you already had it, but okay, you did. So I loved it. Today I saw Carl's story and I was like, he took something that I did and made it his own. And I thought it was so awesome. So use each other's stories. And if you're like, gosh, I don't know what to put in my stories, just put your 3 steps and how you take it. But also start to look at what other people are doing and make it your own, or look at the different things that we ask, right? On Flex It Friday, go back and take people's pictures and use that in your story. Transformation stories, use that in your stories, right? Maybe you could ask some people on your team or some of our sideline on this team, hey, can you show me a picture of how you keep your capsules by the bed so I can use some different capsule photos, right? Or different ways that you make your shake. Or maybe you do like Nicole Prince and you do a time lapse every morning of your 3 steps. Whatever works for you. I like mixing it up. I do all kinds of things. But here's a quick little tip. Create an album in your phone that's just for your stories. So I have an album now on my phone. It's called Thrive Stories. It makes my life so much easier. That one I threw up today was because I knew I was going to have a crazy busy day and I wanted to make sure I had something about Thrive in my stories. So I threw it up because I've used it before. So it was so much easier than creating my own today. Okay. Number 3, interactions on stories, 3, 2, 1. Kelly's going to be doing a whole Zoom at the end of November about 3, 2, 1 and how she does it. But 3, liking 3 pictures on that person's Instagram or Facebook. 2, commenting on 2 of their pictures. 1, watching and interacting on one of their stories. If they don't have anything going on in their stories, and just send them a message about something that you saw on their pictures or their post. Okay. So it's spending time doing that. How many of those will you do? Maybe for you, it's 5 because you do 5 reach outs every day. Maybe you only do 4. Maybe you do 10 because you're trying to hit this bonus right now. Birthday messages. Okay. I got off of if you guys followed me during chemo, I swear birthday messages and Facebook groups were the only way I got new customers during that time. It was amazing. And then even though I know it works, just like I know when I don't eat sugar and M&Ms every night, I will lose weight. Sure enough, I go right back to eating the M&Ms again. How many of you guys can relate with that? Yeah. So that's what happens. I did amazing with the birthday messages. Then I stopped. Now I'm back to doing them again. Okay. So birthday messages are a valuable place. And these are just 3 different ideas that they give you on here. But if you have something that's working for you, you do it your way. And I am statement. So for me, that's something I actually do in the morning. And 3 things you're grateful for. Do not skip this step. I write 5 every day. I think you guys can all write 5 very easily, but I love that they have this on here. Okay. So these are the daily income producing activities that a lot of the leaders that are 200Ks, $1 million earners on our team and in the company put together. But I want to say, one of the other things I'd love to see added to this daily IPAs that I'd love to see you guys do is Facebook groups. Are you engaging, interacting at least once a day in Do You Thrive? Okay, we all heard on that GOAT training last week how important customer groups are. Courtney Glacier said she actually makes her team go through the customer group before they even send her a three-way call or three-way message, because she wants them to have learned something about Thrive, seen other people thriving inside that Facebook group, and then get on a message or a call with her. So making sure you just get in there and engage. We're going to be having a really fun thing happening November 7th through the 14th. It's going to be a gratitude 7-day challenge. Great opportunity to start inviting people. You'll see the invitation coming up on the team page. You guys can copy that, send it to others, maybe make up your own. Maybe this is a great time to get re-engaged with the people that are already in there that you haven't been engaging. Start tagging them on stuff every day. Start getting different people involved again. Share your story in there. Don't forget, every Tuesday night, there's a live. This week, it's Kendra Hansen sharing her story of the Thrive experience in there at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Also, a really cool thing is we decided to start Flex It Friday inside of the customer group every single Friday. So starting this Friday all the way through November, there's a prize every single Friday for people who drop their DFT photo, Flex It Friday photo. I'll pick a different winner every single Saturday morning from that Friday post. So I would add that to your daily IPAs, getting involved in the customer group. I would also personally, I go into my Facebook groups. I have 2 that I'm a part of. And for me, it's a requirement that I do at least 10 minutes every day. My goal is to get 10 minutes in both groups every day. Sometimes it's just one group, but that for me is a daily income producing activity. So what was not on that daily income producing activity page that you do every single day that wasn't on there? Anybody have anything that they want to share? Feel free to unmute yourself. Nobody has anything to add? Okay. If you are, yeah,
trying to invent new content when there's so much great stuff out there.
Yes.
Spend hours doing that.
Yeah. So when you say that, sorry, are you saying that's a daily income producing activity for you? Is just finding content?
No, it's something that makes you feel like you're busy and you're not really accomplishing much.
I love that you said that. Thank you.
Can I give a suggestion?
Please do.
Because I used to have the hardest time coming up with, what do I post about? I find that when I'm doing my self-development, when I'm doing my journaling, that the thoughts, a million thoughts come to my head, especially once Thrive is kicking in. Have a notebook dedicated to ideas, start jotting them down and put it by your bed. Places that you're brushing your teeth, you tend to have thoughts. Have a notebook by your nightstand that you can grab and jot that down. That way, whenever you want to come up with, you want to create content, you've got an idea book to pull from anytime.
Great idea. And also make one of your notes on your phone about ideas. So sometimes I might see Maria do a post, or I might see Ashley do a post. Actually, I take some Ashley stuff sometimes. I think I saw one the other day that Kelly Hoover did that I really liked, and I will copy it and paste it and put it in the ideas notes on my phone. And then I go back and I change it up when I have some free time, right? Like maybe I'm sitting at the car wash, I have nothing to do. So I will doctor up one of those ideas and change it to my verbiage and my heart. And so the next time I need a post or an idea, I've already got it there and ready. Okay, so awesome. And again, sharing and using other people's stories as well that you like, screenshot it. Sometimes Lindsay Coggins will have a really cool graphic, Kelly Hoover as well, and I'll screenshot it. And then on a day like a Sunday afternoon where my kids are all watching football and my husband, I'll sit on the couch with them and I'll make a bunch of Canva graphics because it's an off time. I don't really want to be working, but I really want to be beside them, but I really don't care about football. You guys are following me. Okay. So weekly IPAs, this one is so great because the fortune is in the follow-up, right? So if you're a promoter, make sure you're checking in with your potentials, checking in with current customers, you're offering sample packs. You're also making an organized list of who is sampling and when they're beginning and following up with them every single day. Thinking about if you're going to offer some kind of customer incentive or promo for that week or for that day. Maybe it's getting close to month end, which is where we are right now. We're on October 24th. Maybe you're thinking about, well, there's no promo, probably at least from today until Friday, right? So what maybe do I want to do? Maybe I'm going to do a fun little Halloween promo, right? Where I offer them some treat meal. Maybe I'm going to gift treat meal to some of my customers if they show me their favorite candy, or maybe you just reach out to some of your potential customers and you say, hey, I've got a Halloween special. It's going to end Friday at midnight and you're going to get $25 off your first order. That's where you're taking ownership over your own business and deciding if you're going to host some kind of promo or incentive in between the times that Lavelle does them. Now, I don't know if Lavelle's going to do one for sure this weekend, but sometimes they do while we're on these trips. So I would definitely be looking out for that. So maybe do something from today till Friday. Checking in with your upline at least once a week and letting them know what's going on. We're not mind readers, you're leaders. We don't know what's going on. And quite often we can't see what's going on. So like Grace can tell you, one of our new promoters who's on this team underneath John, Beth and I have both been helping her and working with her because we've known her forever from Stella and Dot. And we're excited for her. And I'll have to text her and be like, hey, Grace, can you send me your tracker? Because I can't even see it. Anybody that's past level 4 on my team, I don't even know if they're in VIP. So sometimes your leaders don't know what's going on. So make sure you're sharing with them what's happening, what's going on. Do you have some new promoters you're excited about? Is there anything that you need help with? Attending these Monday night team huddle, team trainings, anything that Lavelle is offering that you can be a part of. I would also write on there attending the Tuesday night live inside of Do You Thrive, if that's possible for you. And then mailing customers thank yous. This is something they talked about a lot on the GOAT training, and you hear us talk about over and over again. If you want customer attrition, if you want to have lots of happy customers, if you want to help your customers to thrive for free, make sure you're sending thank yous. This is your business. How does it feel when your real estate agent sends you a thank you card with a Starbucks gift card, even though you haven't bought a house from him in 4 years, right? How does it feel when, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody else who gives us gifts around here. I don't know. Maybe you guys can think of another really good example. My mind just went blank. But anyways, so make sure you're sending them thank yous because this is your business. And it's also a great way to share plus line items with them and get bigger sales, because a lot of our customers don't want to buy a whole box of Thirst until they taste it and make sure they're actually going to drink it. Right? Not every customer is going to upgrade their DFT until they've tried that Black Label and seen how awesome it was. So those are always great things to do. And then if you're a team leader, which means you have one person or more in your team, check in with your downline once a week. Plan team incentives, especially in between things that the company's doing, right? It's getting close to month end. So maybe you give some kind of incentive. Anybody who brings in a new customer within the next 24 hours gets a free 3-day sample from me, or gets $10 off, their next order or something like that. And then planning one-on-one or team Zooms or trainings. Listen, we have amazing stuff already, but there are times where you might want to have your own things. Like Carl will interview people on his own, and Pamela will reach out to her team and do stuff with them sometimes, right? Nicole meets up with her team here in Florida and has little events where they can talk and hang out, right? So thinking about the things that you can plan. Kendra has had some locals this summer at her home. So thinking about what are the things that you can do for your business, okay? So that is weekly income producing activities. This is my all-time favorite sheet. And I do want to go over this really quick too, before we stop talking about this tonight, which is different things to do on different dates of the month. Some of you guys were part of that Orlando retreat we did in January of 2020, right before COVID hit. And one of the workshops that we did that day was going over my calendar and like what I have on my monthly calendars. And this is like, gold. I mean, this is even more organized than I am. So I love it. So this for me is so amazing. Maybe you want to print off a blank calendar every month. Maybe you want to print off a monthly calendar that's blank and put these on there, however it works for you. But these are so beneficial. And there's a couple things that are on here that I want to emphasize. Obviously, you guys are all adults. You can read it yourself, but I want to emphasize a few of them because I've had some people ask. Right here where it says the 16th, the golden day for promoters. The golden day for promoters, that means if you're a brand new promoter and you join this company on the 16th, your volume rolls over into the next month. So if somebody started on the 16th and they hit VIP 800 and went on to hit VIP 1600 before the month ended, that volume still rolls over into the following month. So they actually will end up having 6 weeks to try to hit that 4K, to try to hit that 12K with that volume. It's a really exciting thing for new people because it gives them it a little bit faster, not faster, a little bit stronger of an opportunity to hit that, which is really exciting. Okay. So I also love all the different reminders about thank yous for the auto shifts on certain dates, goal check. I think that's so smart, right? And all the different things that you can do and just remember to do throughout the month. And then one more thing I do want to emphasize too, this again, brilliant. 30-day follow-up, because how many of you guys get sick of asking, hey, have you noticed anything yet? How you feeling on your thrive? Are you thriving yet? Right? Like sometimes it's just hard to think of ideas. Okay. One of the things that they didn't put on here that I actually do a lot is either day 1 or day 2. I'll say, show me where you put your capsules and I'll show you mine. LOL. And then I take a picture like of my little bedside table and I'll take a picture of it and have them take a picture of where they put their capsules in their water for the next day. Okay. So those are a lot of the daily, the weekly IPA items. And there's all different ways that you can do this, but the real truth is it's just taking action. And there are times where you go, I just don't know what to do today, right? Because we all feel that sometimes. It's just resistance. It's resistance against whatever we're trying to do. It's resistance against fear. It's all kinds of things like that. So on those kind of moments, when I'm feeling that way, I just stop, I take a deep breath, and I either go to that sheet where it says daily IPAs on our promoter playbook, or I come to my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 chart, and I just start taking action, because that's what it's all about. It's about taking action, but taking organized action is even better, because then the things start to build and it starts to become duplicatable. And once this business becomes duplicatable, what happens? It makes it so much easier for people to plug and play, right? So now when you talk to that lawyer friend of yours who is drowning in debt because they still have their college debt to pay off and their house and their car and all the other things they have going on, you can say, hey, I know you're really busy with your business and you're a lawyer, but this is the kind of business that's very duplicatable and it's cloud-based. So it really can go with you anywhere you go. And you've been loving the product. So let's talk a little bit about the business opportunity if you're open, right? And you can show them how duplicatable this business is. Sometimes I think we just make things more complicated than it needs to be, right? Because if we're honestly reaching out to 5 people every single day, and we're honestly following up with 4 people every day, and we're honestly getting on our social media and connecting with people 3 times a day, and we're adding 2 new people to our list and doing at least 1 3-way call or 3-way message, our business will grow. I might not see it today, I might not see it next week, but I guarantee you I'll see it in 30 days. And I'll guarantee you I'll have a whole big number of PPA in 60 days. And I can tell you guys, this is the honest truth, because I was super overwhelmed in July and August with my mom's health issues that I very much pulled back. Wasn't doing my birthday messages, wasn't doing my reach outs. I was definitely not doing 3, 2, 1. I was throwing up content that really didn't even resonate with me. In the last month or so, probably the last 6 weeks, I've been very intentional. If I have free time, I'm focused on doing my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, not talking to other people. And I've seen the results. My PPA is so much better. My attitude towards the business is so much better. And I feel like I'm just attracting people that are coming to me. And it's been so amazing to see. It's not so hard or difficult because I'm doing it the right way. I'm doing it intentionally. I'm sticking to the things that I'm doing, and I'm not worrying about the result. I'm not worrying about the how. I'm worried about, and I'm not worried at all, but I'm doing the do and not worrying about the how. Okay. So I hope that that was helpful for you guys today. I would love to open it up and have anybody who wants to ask questions or share what they do that's been working for them as well. Oh, Natalie asked, would you want to try to get the promoters started on the 16th if possible to help them advance faster? So yeah, if I have anybody that I'm talking to about the business anywhere around the 12th or later, I'll start working on them. I'll say, hey, listen, let's wait to click the button until the 16th because your volume will roll over to the next month. And let's talk about creating your list. So from today, the 12th or the 13th to the 16th, we're going to just focus on, tell me about your network. How do you meet people? Do you have a lot of people in your network already? Is it through social media? Is it through in person? And then I just let them talk. People love to talk. So what I've realized, and I learned this from the goat training actually, and I've done it twice in the last week and it's worked so well. I literally said, okay, tell me about your network. Is most of your network online or is most of your network in person? And one person said to me, well, I've been building up a list for a couple of years. I have a podcast, I have this, I have that, and I've never really sold anything to them. Okay, great. Now I know what direction she needs to go in. She needs to send emails because she has an email list created, right? Of all these people who have been listening to her podcast. But then I had another girl who's like, oh no, like, I just am really involved with my PTA. I know a lot of moms. Whenever I can, I get the girls together. Okay, awesome. So for her, I need her to start creating a list of names of all the people that she's friends with and what she thinks the Thrive experience would help them with, or would it be the business, right? So I'm listening to them, I'm having them share that. And then over those next few days, they're creating their list. We're starting to reach out to people. We're starting to connect people. And then on the 16th, she hits the promoter button and we get those orders placed of the people who are already ready to start thriving with her. So then that person could literally hit VIP 400 in 1 or 2 days, VIP 800 definitely in the first week, and hitting VIP 1600 in week 2, all before the month ends. And then that volume carries over into the following month and just helps them to achieve 4K or 12K even faster. Did that make sense, Natalie? Awesome. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
Of course. Anybody have anything to add or any questions they want to ask or anything that is working they want to share? No.
Blair, I think this is going to be a really rookie question, but when you were talking about your birthday reach outs, I've been posting happy birthday for the whole world to see. You're talking about direct messages, aren't you?
Yeah, so I do both. And so what I do is I go through my birthdays and I have like a very specific way I do it. If you've ever watched my working Zooms, guys, you guys have heard this before, so you can tune me out if you've heard it a million times. I go through the list first and I look and see who am I already really good friends with or as a family member, right? And I go through those first and I will post on their Facebook wall and tag them. And then I go to Messenger, and if they've never thrived with me before and I know them well, I might just get straight to the point. Hey, Melissa, so glad it's your birthday. I would love to send you a sample, blah, 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 right? If they've thrived with me in the past and maybe they didn't like it or they stopped, I might offer a different product now because we have so many products now. That's something I've been doing this year, is like offering different things that they've never tried before. Then I go through the list and I look at names that I don't recognize. Anybody who I don't recognize, I hit Messenger and see if we've ever messaged back and forth. If we haven't, I go over to their newsfeed and see, is this even a person I want to stay friends with? Do they fit my ideal client? I have a lot of husbands of thrivers or of people on this team that are friends with me. I don't really need to be friends with them. So that's a great moment for me to unfriend them because I'm getting close to maxed out. Like I'm always like about 10 off from that. So I don't want to max out with a bunch of people who aren't going to thrive with me, right? Sometimes I'll even take other 200K leaders that aren't on our team. I'll see their name. Hey, Scott. And then I'll unfriend them. Saw you. And then I'll unfriend them. And so that's a great time because they're not really paying attention because it's their birthday and they're getting a million messages. Then I look and I see whose name's on there. And then maybe I go, oh, she is a really great potential client of mine. So again, I go to her Facebook wall, post, tag them, because I think it's important for the dopamine hit to see how many people say happy birthday. Then I go over to private message and I say, hey, Melissa, I just wanted to say happy birthday again and reach out and just see, what are you going to do today to celebrate? Or maybe I saw her post something. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous that you got to go to the beach this morning and see the sunrise. How was that? Who went with you? I'm just trying to get some questions, open-ended questions, so they answer me back. And then usually after we go back and forth a couple of times, I can either offer them a sample or we kind of get to like, what are you doing now? Like, what do you do? Oh, what do you do? Oh, I sell a premium nutrition product. Actually, since it's your birthday and I saw you turn 45, you deserve this because I feel like I've been aging backwards lately. Let me show you a before and after picture of me and some of my friends. Throw a couple of before and after pictures up. Can I send you a free sample? Sure. Then I get to, I'd like my next step after that is literally, okay, if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing with your body or your health in the next 30 days, what would it be? And then they tell me, and then I decide if, I mean, most of the time it's like, I want better sleep. I want to lose X amount of weight, or I want to get rid of my headaches. It seems like those have been the 3 biggest lately. And I just go, awesome. You know what? You're not going to see any weight loss in 3 days. So why don't we, instead of me giving you that sample, why don't I give you $30 off your first 30 days? Because that's how much it's going to cost me to send you a sample. And if they say no, great, I'll send them a sample, but I have a 50-50 shot.
Thank you.
Yeah. And a lot of times on people's birthdays, they're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't feel any better. I'm feeling worse. I can't believe this is going to be the rest of my life.
Hey Blair, can I say something on birthdays? So I've been doing for probably over a year. I switched over, instead of texting a birthday message, I started voice texting. So they actually hear my voice, and I have the same thing I pretty much say to everybody. And everybody appreciates it because it's different. And so like even today, like I just go through and I just say, hey Blair, thanks, you know, or I say not thank you, oh my God. I'll just be like, hey Blair, happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing day today. I hope you get all your birthday wishes. If it's a guy, I usually just say happy birthday. If it's a girl, then I'll end it with like, you know, be you, be bold, be happy, something like that. But the point is they're hearing my voice. And so it makes it so much more, you know, intimate, more personal. And I get so many people that just love it. And then they come back and they're like, oh my gosh, keep doing what you're doing. And because I was personal, they get personal. And then I hit them with the happy birthday from boards. And it just says, I'd love to send you a happy birthday, happy pack. Could you use more, you know, energy, a mood boost, weight loss? And I hit that, and everybody loves that. And then they always go like, oh, I could use more this or that. And so then I just send them out a sample. So
Nicole, could you post the, can you share a board onto a Facebook group? Can you just share that messaging onto the Facebook group? That'd be awesome, because that's such a great idea to put those different things that Thrive could help with and let them choose what they need. I love that.
So where would you want me to put it?
Just on the team page, United We Thrive.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you. That was great. Great advice. All right, guys. Love seeing all your faces. And listen, let me give you guys a couple updates before you leave. One, Kendra is going to be on live tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, inside of Do You Thrive. Her story is amazing. You don't want to miss it. She's a teacher. So any of your teacher friends, get them on there. Okay. Great story. Next thing is I want to remind you that we're leaving for Mexico, a few of us on the team on Thursday, which means Friday night announcements. You guys know how it goes, right? On these lifestyle getaways. So I have no idea what they're going to announce. Supposedly they're still working on the patent for King, but how exciting would it be if it gets launched? We don't know, right? And they usually always do something that night. Something's always usually released, right? So something will be going on. Get the excitement, get excited about it. We'll try to go live as long as Wi-Fi works in Mexico the way it should. And so one of us will be going live inside the team page or on our feed. So, you know, just get excited and share. And, you know, if you see, you can always like, you know, take your phone and hold it up to whatever video we're doing, take little snippets and put it up in your stories and celebrate with us. Just because you're not on the trip doesn't mean you can't celebrate it. They don't know if you earned it or not. They don't know why we earned it, right? You're still part of this team. You're still part of the company. So if you see Ashley throw up a really cool picture with our CEO, take that picture and go, this is my friend Ashley. She's on my team. Look at how she got a picture with our CEO. They're so amazing. They care about each and every one of us. Like, use what we're putting up this weekend for yourselves, okay? Just know that you guys can use any of it and have some fun. Oh, welcome, you guys. I'll say hi to Grace. She's a new promoter on our team. She is, you guys all love John. This is John's partner, if you guys have never met her before. And so we're actually just wrapping up, Grace, but I had to say hi to you.
Okay.
So those are the big announcements for this week. And again, Flex It Friday, it's going to be a contest starting from now all the way to the end of November, every Friday inside of Do You Thrive customer group. And then last but not least, we'll be doing that gratitude challenge. So if I was you, I would be writing it on my calendar. It'll be November 7th through the 14th inside of the Do You Thrive customer group. There'll be some fun gifts about every other day. I put up a video to show you guys what all will be happening each day of that as well. And then last but not least, if you're part of Limitless Magic Leaders, don't forget to go into that Facebook group, watch the video from today, do the homework. if you're not doing the homework, you're not getting everything you can get out of it. And it is magical and amazing, and you deserve it. So I hope you guys are enjoying that as well. So thank you so much for being on here tonight. I will throw up the opportunity Zoom recording as soon as I get off, and I will put the recording from tonight up tomorrow morning because I am going to chill out with my hubby on the couch. Okay. Night, guys.